Yep, Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schultz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots, and today's episode of Brilliant Idiots is brought to you by Bevel. A better shave starts with a better product, and there's no better shaving system out right now than the Bevel shaving system. Dermatologist approved and proven to prevent and reduce razor bumps. Get your Bevel today by going to getbevel.com/idiots and enjoy the first month of your subscription for free. Start shaving smarter today with Bevel. And this week's episode of Brilliant Idiots is also brought to you by Squarespace. Tackling your next move is more easy than ever with the help of Squarespace. Starting a business, changing careers, or are you finally launching that long hype creative project? No matter what, Squarespace gives you the ability to create an online platform from which to make your next big idea known to the world. And with Squarespace's award-winning templates, creating your website is a simple and intuitive process. Start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter offer code IDIOT to get 10% off your first purchase plus a free domain. Make your next move with Squarespace. Also, go to brilliantidiotsmerch.com. Salute to High U Clothing that designs our merchandise. Everybody that's been buying t-shirts and hoodies and socks, we really appreciate you. High U Clothing actually sent me a box yesterday of Brilliant Idiot stuff. They sent you some stuff too, Schultz.
They did? Well, I'm out here in Cali.
Yeah, you're in LA.
You get it to me out here in Cali.
No wonder Greg is so dipped in all kind of Brilliant Idiots gear today. Oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Okay.
But go to brilliantidiotsmerch.com and go pick up some merchandise. And please pre-order my book, Black Privilege Opportunity Comes to Those Who Create It. It's in bookstores April 18th, but you can pre-order now at cthabook.com or Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, wherever you buy books. Now let's start the show.
Real quick, I'd like to just tell everybody I got this live show coming up out here in Cali. It's the first live headline show I've ever done out here in LA. It's going to be at the Hollywood Improv on February 21st at 8 p.m. The Mansplained Tour is coming to LA. Tickets are going fast, so make sure you get those tickets right now. You can get them at the Hollywood Improv website. You can get them at theandrewschultz.com. Gobble those up right now. Okay, let's start the show.
Hey, did you know that you can send text message from jail?
Bro, what is that about? I saw. Did you get one, or did you see that on Miko?
Nah, Miko got one too. But I got the text. I got the text back in January, and it says, "People know tax is government name, right? They know it's. I mean, yeah, of course, it's all in the paper. But Daryl Campbell, a prisoner, wants the ability to correspond with you. To approve this, please respond with the word yes. You can stop receiving messages like this by responding with the word block." Then when you reply yes, it says you are now opted in and can correspond with Daryl Campbell. You block them at any time by responding with block. I'm trying to figure out, do they got phones in this motherfucker? Like, I texted him this morning like, yo. I'm just waiting for him to hit me back. I'm like,
how do you know it's him though? How do you know it's somebody else, not someone else fucking with you?
Because it'll have his signature, and then plus tax has a way of talking that you know it's tax, but it does say his name, so it'll say like inmate Daryl Campbell is the signature.
That's weird because I've been talking to my boy who's in jail for a while now, and it's. Do you have friends in jail?
Yeah. Tax them.
When they besides tax,
Not
when they
really.
Call you. Okay, well,
I got cousins in jail. I take that back. I got family in jail, but they got like 55 years. So do you still claim them when they doing that much time?
I mean, I guess. You know what I mean? I don't think they can stop being a family. You know what I mean? That'd be nice, I guess, if you could be like, whoa, you got life? Sorry, bro. You're no longer a McKelvey.
That's a fact.
But here's the thing. My buddy, and I feel really bad about this, like we can only contact each other when he calls me, right? Like I can't call him in jail. He can only call me from jail, right? Mm-hmm. And I never pick up my phone at the first call. I always get a missed call and then I just call someone back. Like my phone ringer is never on. It's very rare somebody calls me and then I pick up. Can you relate to that?
Absolutely.
So he's called me like maybe 4 or 5 times in a row with me missing all the calls, and he's just stopped calling me. And I feel like shit because I feel like he thinks I abandoned him. I didn't abandon him. I'm just doing the best I can to pick up the phone. But
I think texts are better anyway. I'm more prone to respond to a text than I do to pick up the phone.
So much. Pick up the phone is like a serious conversation.
Absolutely. What if your boy texts you a bunch of eggplants from jail though?
I'd be like, hey, man, do you, bro? You know what I mean? I gotta, hey, man, if you took down a big one, God bless you. You know, you got some time, bro. You got time on your hands. You better make some goals and achieve them.
Do what you got to do to kill the time, man. What if he sends you a bunch of skulls? And you be like, damn, what's going on? Then the eggplants, you be like, oh, shit. And then he sends you the other emoji that got like the Chinese mask over the face. Like the sick mask.
The SARS mask?
The SARS mask. Shit.
What? Is that what texted you this morning? What the fuck? How did you even think about that?
I just started randomly thinking about that shit, man. But salute to Tax, man. People always say Wednesdays don't sound the same without Tax. I kind of agree. You don't realize how much of a space or how much of a lane someone has until it's gone.
Oh, for sure.
Like Tax had a lane that was all his. Period.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. It's it's one of these things where it's like, I just hope that I just want more clarity on the situation. I want to find out what exactly is going on.
That's exactly how I feel. Like people always, they still get mad at us, like, oh, you're supporting, Tax, and I'm supporting Tax. I'm not condoning the situation because I still don't know what the situation is.
Nobody knows what the fucking situation is.
I don't think nobody knows what the situation is, because if they did, we'd all have more clarity. You know what I'm saying?
And another thing that we got to remember, like we've been saying on this fucking podcast for 3 years, but people forget once some kind of situation pops up, is innocent until
proven guilty.
Yeah. So we're just doing exactly what Americans should be doing. You're jumping on this fucking witch hunt if you're just running out there going, oh, he's guilty of whatever the hell people are saying he's guilty of. So what you should do is just pause for a second.
Relax.
Make sure you get all the facts in a situation before you kill him. I know what everybody loves to do is just jump on the bandwagon, but pause for a second. You don't know the whole situation. You don't know what the fuck happened wherever that was.
Nobody does. Like, listen, man, that's why I always say rest in peace, Banger. That's why I say, salute to Troy Ave. I don't know what really transpired at Irving Plaza that night, but I just know it's a tragic situation, and Tax is my guy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what else to do. Like, I don't know what else to do other than be like, hey, man, I got him. I support him. I'm not condoning, what he's accused of, but I support him. That's my guy. So,
exactly. That's what you're supposed to do. And then if something happens where, there's lots of evidence that points towards a guilty verdict, etc., then you can reassess your feelings about a situation. But until you have that information, you gotta stick with your guy. Listen, man, it's really not that hard.
We talk about it every week. There's no nuance. There is absolutely no nuance in anything anymore. Like, just because you hear a story doesn't mean you have to jump to a opinion about that story. Like, you don't have to come to a conclusion about said story. Sometimes it's just better just to sit back, pump your brakes, and wait for the facts of everything to come out.
Exactly.
Period. Now, if we want to sit around and have a hypothetical conversation about what could have happened, sure. But that don't mean that it's a fact. Just because we're sitting around.
In that hypothetical situation, there's going to be both sides.
Yep.
You could have a hypothetical situation where he's totally innocent and a hypothetical situation where he's totally guilty. But don't make a declarative decision before you know shit, because people out here are so fucking phony with it. Like, you act like the second you heard that Jared was fucking little kids, you stopped eating Subway sandwiches. You were getting $5 footlongs until they made that motherfucker guilty.
I'm still eating I'm still eating $5 footlongs. I eat Subway every day.
So there you go. You're going to be with Tax Stone regardless of that decision. That's your boy.
What the fuck? Listen, Jared was an endorser of Subway. Subway is not fully responsible for what Jared did. All Subway did was put some money in Jared's pocket. If Jared chose to spend that money on little boy butt, then that's on Jared. Okay? But that ain't Subway's motherfucking fault. Like, that's it. That shit sounds as crazy as motherfuckers who want to sue gun manufacturing companies because somebody shot up a school. I didn't make the gun for this purpose, motherfucker. Like, shit, I ain't give you money for you to be out here sucking little boys' dicks, Jared. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think he was fucking little girls. I just want to clarify that.
Well, it was little something. It was a kid.
Sucking boy dicks sounds way worse for whatever reason.
What about the son of Sandusky?
Wait, why? What happened to Sandusky?
You didn't hear about the son of Sandusky?
No. What did Paige tell you happened?
No, it's not what Paige told me happened. Jerry Sandusky's son got arrested on like 14 counts of goddamn child sexual abuse. He was fucking little girls, man.
No.
He wasn't even keeping family tradition alive and fucking little boys. He was fucking little girls.
Oh my! He put a wrinkle into it.
He was 41 years old, and that lets you know. Remember, we was having a conversation early this week about culture in the household.
Oh my God! Yes,
this is the culture that was going on in Sandusky's house, because he was one of Sandusky's adopted kids. And remember, they said Sandusky was fucking one of his adopted kids as well. I don't know if this was that guy, but he was fucking one of his adopted sons as well. So all this little dude did was see the culture in his house and think that shit was okay.
Bro, hurt people.
Yes, indeed.
This is crazy. So this guy molested him into molesting.
The son of Sandusky. By the way, the sequel is scary, but not as scary as Jerry.
Why? Jerry was the worst?
What? Jerry? Because Jerry was more manipulative. Like, you know, like you hear stories of, you hear stories of guys doing things like that, the little girls all the time. Don't make it any less heinous. But the fact that Jerry was motherfucking manipulating these little kids and preying on their futures, and, you know, these little boys were in a program thinking they're going to better their life, and motherfucking Jerry was fucking them in the shower. They said he was slapping against the boy's ass, making a rhythmic pattern.
Yo,
remember the coach said that?
Okay, yeah, I remember.
The coach was like, he walked by the shower and he heard it on beat, like it was like the real love beat.
Listen,
like boom, boom.
We need to talk to America's youth right now. Okay, this is very important. Football is not that important.
Football is no way. $100 million. I'm with you. The money's not even guaranteed. I'm so fucking with you on this, man.
Okay, stop falling for Jerry Sandusky's pimp game. That pimp hand was strong if he had these little motherfuckers trading dick sucks and butt fucks for a potential career.
No, man. Fuck? Listen, man, I'm telling you. Listen, if it's NBA, if it's baseball, if it's professional soccer,
I need guaranteed money.
Guaranteed money, man.
I need guaranteed money. Don't sell me a dream, bro. Listen, you sound like backroom casting couch right now.
But that goes back to that's why I say what Jerry did seems like a little bit more heinous, because he was preying on people's need to believe. Like, you know, these kids had to be so poor and disenfranchised. Like, they just wanted to get out of whatever situation they was in. The suck dick for a dream. You possibly could play football on a college level and then in the pros in the future. Like, that's just, come on, man. Come on, man.
Bro. That's not happening, dude. That's literally, yeah, you got to stop trading shit for dreams. I mean that. And that's for everybody. Stop trading fucking for dreams.
Expound on that a
if you're going to trade fucking for something, that shit got to be signed on a contract, okay? If I suck your dick, I'm a millionaire, signed on a dotted line. That's it, okay? And not 1 millions. I'm talking about many millions. Multi. Don't be out here sucking dick for nothing.
Yeah, only multi-millions can make you feel good about sucking a dick if sucking dick isn't your thing.
What would you suck dick for?
I don't know, man. It got to be a high number, bro. Because I know if I was the type of person, if I was somebody that was paying somebody for sucking dick, it's not going to be in private. Everybody needs to know you suck my dick. Okay?
Okay, yes.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what you're paying for.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you're paying for.
I'm paying for bragging rights. Yeah, Charlamagne sucked my dick. All right? So the number got to be extremely... I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think nobody could pay me enough to suck no dick.
Well, that's the thing. It's like money really can't be the bargaining tool or negotiation tool, because I know I'm going to get money. So you can't bargain with me when it comes to money. It's got to be something else. It's got to be like an illness. I want you to cure an illness.
World peace, eternal life, something you couldn't offer unless you're God.
Yeah.
And we had this conversation a few weeks ago. You know, people aren't willing to do what they say they're willing to do for the Lord. Remember what I don't even want to repeat it, but remember we had this whole conversation about if Jesus was to return, would you, if he asked you, okay? Yeah. Not into that.
Would you what? Would you fuck his hand holes?
Would you give him fellatio? See, I ain't say all that. Would you give Mr. Christ fellatio? Please forgive me. It's the last time I'm going to say that ever. I will not repeat that ever again. Now listen, what you think about the Michael Flynn situation?
Bro, I was tweeting about this shit earlier this week before he got fired, right? Because Camille Foster, I always go to Camille for information. When there's tons of like distracting information out there on the internet, I hit up Camille because I know that these libertarians, they're emotionless. All they care about is facts. I was like, yo, what do I got to care about with this situation? What's the real deal? And he sent me 2 things that Trump had done that are fucked up. I'm like, I know something's going on here. Where's Trump fucking up? Tell me what I really got to pay attention to, because I don't care about Mark Cuban tweets. Give me the real shit. He sent me the failed raid in Yemen that ended up killing an American,
which people are saying is his Benghazi.
They could argue it's his Benghazi, and basically the way that he broke that down for me is, in an Obama administration, what they would have done is just done a drone strike and then killed all the people around there. What Trump decided to do was go in there with what's it called, with personnel on the ground to try to kidnap. I don't know if you use the word kidnap, but basically keep some of the people there to get intelligence out of them. So it's a different strategy. I'm not saying one is better than the other, because you could argue that getting intelligence would, save more, American lives in the future, or save more.
Either way, unnecessary life is lost
in the future.
Yeah, either way, unnecessary life is lost.
Right. But my concern is with Trump is this fragile ego. And I'm worried he's going to be taking these chances and using American lives to take the chances because he wants a victory medal to tweet about, right? He wants to tweet out, we kidnapped blah, 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 second in command of ISIS. This is what, a Trump administration can do, right? He's just trying to put shit on a plaque. So how many Americans are going to be killed because you want to put some shit on a plaque? That's a major concern.
I mean, that's always been one of people's biggest issues with Trump was his temperament. Like they always said that. Yep. Do you want to give a guy like this control over nuclear weapons?
Yep. And the ego, the security, right? Like the self-confidence. Like you need other people to validate you.
I don't think I don't think Trump is self-confident. I honestly think it's the other way. I think Trump is probably one of the most.
That's what I'm saying.
He's one of the most insecure. Yeah, he's one of the most insecure people you ever met. I really believe that.
That's my point, is and this validation through the eyes of others, right? So what are you willing to do to get that validation through the eyes of others? Are you willing to put Americans in harm's way? Right? What is the most important thing for you in this situation? If your validation is more important than American lives, then I think you're unfit for office. Right? So this Michael Flynn shit though, dude, is so interesting, because earlier this week, the other thing Camille told me, he sent me this fucking article. And this Michael Flynn motherfucker is corresponding with the Russian embassy during the election. He's going back and forth with these motherfuckers. What do you? And here's the thing that bothers me.
And he lied to Mike Pence. He gave Mike Pence.
He
gave Mike Pence and Donald Trump some information that was
untrue.
That wasn't alleged.
That was untrue. And we don't know.
That wasn't alleged. He admitted to He said I misled. That's just a fancy word. He said I misled for Mike Pence and He said I misled Mike Pence and Donald Trump with information.
And here's the reason why I'm glad that Mike Flynn is out of here. And just to put this into context for everybody, Mike Flynn was going to be the head of the NSA, or he was the head of the NSA.
He was the national security advisor. He resigned.
Right. So he's the national security advisor, and he resigned. Some people are saying that Trump fired him. It was a forced resignation. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Kellyanne Conway went on Today's Show and said he decided to resign because he's too much of a lightning rod.
Because he's too lightning rod my ass.
He's a lying rod. That's what the fuck he is.
You're a fucking lying rod. Trump put a lightning rod up your asshole probably. So there's 2 situations here. One is Trump said, what the fuck, you lied to me and you lied to Pence. You're out of here. Or 2 is Trump told him to lie to Pence. And then it came out accidentally.
I mean, that's possible, but I think you're thinking too deep. I think that all of them are in cahoots, and fucking Michael Flynn is the scapegoat. Somebody got to take the fucking fall for this shit. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Yo, but here's the biggest problem I have with this Michael Flynn situation, why it scared me so much while he was still hired, right? This dude was corresponding with the Russian embassy. Now, you have to know, if you're a security advisor for the NSA, the highest level intelligence position that we have, that these correspondences you're going to be having with the Russian embassy are going to be recorded. I mean, you have to know that.
At the minimum.
You have that position at the bare minimum. So the bare minimum, you fucking dunce. So you're basically, either you didn't know that they would be recorded, which is already you should be fired because of negligence and you're an idiot, or you knew they would be recorded and you were okay with them coming out. Both of them scare the shit out of me for somebody that's in a position with incredible responsibility. You gotta go.
What else scared the shit out of me? What else scared the shit out of me is the fact that they said they told Trump this a month ago. So he knew. He's known for at least 3-4 weeks about this information. He did nothing. Wait a minute. It's in everywhere. Google it. It's in the New York Times. It says Flynn's downfall sprang from eroding level of trust. It said they told Donald. Let me read it exactly. Hold on.
While you're trying to find it,
yeah,
I read that the only reason this information came out is because 9 or 11 different people leaked information to the Washington Post. That these leaks are coming from within the Trump organization. That means 9 to 11 people within the Trump organization were so concerned about the situation and the fact that Trump wasn't doing anything about it that they leaked it to the news to make something happen. This is the real problem right here, is that I have a feeling that whenever Trump tweets about some innocuous bullshit, when he tweets about Mark Cuban, or he tweets about department stores not selling his daughter's shit, or he tweets about SNL, he's distracting from a far more nefarious situation, right?
I saw when you tweeted that. I kind of agree with that, but I'm gonna be honest. I think Trump's tweeting to distract himself from everything that's going on.
What do you mean by that?
Because it was some shit. All right, well, the headline is Trump was told weeks ago that Michael Flynn withheld truth on Russia, but wasn't it some security advisors who said they don't even like to brief Donald Trump because they feel like he talks too much or something like that?
Bro, well, that was the argument with the CIA. This is what initially started my anti-Trump tweets this week. The CIA said we can't give Trump and his administration intelligence because we're worried it could compromise our intelligence officials out in the field. So they stopped wanting to give the president of the United States fucking intelligence. You just can't be president. I'm sorry. The CIA doesn't want to tell you shit. You can't be president. I'm sorry.
But Schultz, we knew this already. Like, we knew he wasn't capable of being president. This is worse. This first month of Donald Trump in the White House has been worse than I actually thought it would be.
Absolutely.
I'm honest.
This is why once you go black, you never go back.
Cory Booker, where you at? 2020.
Not black enough.
No, Cory Booker is.
Chris said,
dude,
Chris said Cory's not black enough. He's bugging.
No.
Listen, I did an event.
Let me tell you.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go.
No, I did an event with Cory Booker one time. This was about 4 or 5 years ago in Harlem. This is when he was still the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, damn, what the fuck Cory got that bulge in his back? I'm thinking he had like a fucking microphone pack or something. Cory had his fire on him, bro. Cory had a pistol tucked in his back. All right?
Really?
Word up. So I don't know how much more blacker you want him to get.
He's black because he's got a gun?
No. The way he had it. He had his 9 tucked in his back waist like a real N-word would.
He looked like John Wick.
He looked like John fucking Wick. Like, I wish you would try me at my. I know I ain't from Harlem.
Here's the thing with Cory Booker, and here's another thing. Cory does not want to run for president because Cory has done too many hypocritical things, and they will come out and crucify his ass.
I think Cory's setting himself up to run. I thought, first of all, if he does, it's bad, man. Because I already saw, like, for example, Cory just voted down on Americans' ability to get. He voted no on an American's ability to get much cheaper drugs from Canada. You know, like, he's doing all these things that are. He's in the pocket of a lot of big corporations. He's in the pocket of big pharmacy. But does that matter
He's in the
anymore?
pocket of no. Well, I think it matters for Democrats. I don't think it matters for Republicans as much, but I think it matters for Democrats who are trying to be the most virtuous ones.
Yeah.
I think Cory's incredibly charismatic. I was a big Cory Booker fan, and then all of a sudden I start to see all these videos come out showing the hypocrisy, right? Like, he had a video where he was talking about on this Betsy DeVos panel about schooling, and he was talking about the same shit that DeVos was saying, where essentially you should be able to choose the school that you go to for your kids. Like if your kids don't like the schools in your neighborhood, you should go to other schools. I personally agree with that. Like if the schools in your neighborhood are shitty and your kids are excelling in schools, I don't think you should be forced to put them in that school. I think that if there's a charter program where you can ship your kids to a really good school, you should be able to do that. I don't understand the argument against that, so to say. But my point is they will start to grill him on being a hypocrite because he's in the pockets of a lot of rich people.
I mean, I'm with you, but I just don't know how much energy hypocrisy can stop people now. Like, and the reason I say that because you look at a situation like Michael Flynn. Michael Flynn is one of the biggest hypocrites I've seen in a long time. And the reason I say that, you can go back to that Republican National Convention summer of last year. Michael Flynn got up there and he participated in the lock her up chant when it came to Hillary. And he said that Hillary should be locked up because she posed a threat to national security. And he said, if I did a tenth of what Hillary did, I'd be in jail right now. And I give him props because he did call for Hillary to step out the race, which he didn't, but he did resign or get fired, whichever one it was. But I just don't like people who can be that hypocritical. Like, we're all hypocrites in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all contradict ourselves in a way. But if you're going to have that strong a stance 6 months ago, and then 6 months later do essentially the same thing, that's a different level of hypocrisy to me, bro. So I'm saying all that to say I don't think that being a hypocrite can really stop you nowadays, because they could have covered the Michael Flynn situation up. But I'm sure more. It's about to be more fallout. That's why somebody had to fucking get their head chopped off now. But if they didn't think more fallout was coming, Michael Flynn would still be sitting up there with a job. And the only reason I say that is because I watch everybody in the Trump administration just get on television, whether it's Kellyanne Conway, Sean Spicer, what's the Stephen Miller. Like, they just straight up lie. Like it's nothing. And then tell you they're lying. Well, that's an alternative fact. Oh, it wasn't a lie. He misled. They don't give a shit. So but I understand that is a great point about it being a difference between Democrats and conservatives. Conservatives have put themselves in a position where they can say any fucking thing.
No, and that's Trump's. And that's Trump's, doing. I guess it's interesting that, like, we see what people care about. Conservatives, they care about hope and they care about their values. And Democrats, they care about morality. So for Democrats, you just have to be moral in some way. And the easiest way to be moral, really, is just to be marginalized. To be a woman, to be a black dude, to be an Asian dude or Asian chick, just to be some kind of minority. I think it's going to be very hard for Democrats to vote for, or at least get behind a white male in the very near future. I really think it'll be difficult for them because I think you're going to see the extreme left force that white guy to acknowledge white privilege and acknowledge the patriarchy and how fucked up the patriarchy is. And I think by doing that, it will turn off so much of rural white America that you won't get those votes that Obama did get. Well, right? Those factory workers who are white, who might have been racist or might not have been, but were just like, listen, I believe this guy is going to help bring jobs, so I'm going to vote for Obama because he's the better candidate, regardless of my personal feelings on racism in America.
I think somebody just has to come together and combine being real with morality. You know what I'm saying? Like, the conservatives may be somewhat honest about some things, but they just have no fucking morals. And then the Democrats have a lot of morals, but they tell you what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So somebody has to combine. Somebody has to
I think Bernie did that. I think Bernie did what Andrew just described. I think he acknowledged everything that Andrew was talking about, but also would have,
I can't hear what they're saying.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, Chris is saying that he thinks Bernie Sanders did that, is what Chris said.
Bro, you know what I'm starting to think, man?
That this should have been Bernie's presidency?
Well, no, I always thought that from the jump, but I'm also quite concerned because people like Bernie and people how do I explain this? These people are educated. These people know what works and what doesn't work. And I think that I'm trying to decide if they actually believe that their system will work, even though it's been proven that it doesn't, or they're just lying to get votes. Like, I always believe,
or they may believe that it does work. Maybe. I think Bernie.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Bernie does believe in what in his system. I think Bernie believes in what he believes in, and I think Bernie believes that it could work if implemented. So I think he just wants a chance to try it.
Okay, so here's the thing, and this is what we were having the conversation earlier this week where I called you. You know how sometimes I have these like kind of eureka moments, and I call you and I'm like, dude, all right, let me see what Charlamagne thinks about this, see if I'm thinking right here. But the Democrats have had this strategy, and this is the strategy in a lot of like socialist countries where you tax people really high, and then you give that tax dollars to the poor so that they have a better chance and better opportunity, right? I'm supportive of that. I will always, pay more taxes to give people opportunity. But I'm starting to realize, you've heard of that term, give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man how to fish, he eats for the rest of his life.
Absolutely.
Right? I think that just giving poor people money is not enough to get them out of poverty. I think what we need to do is not only give money so that they have opportunity, but teach them how to fish so that they'll know what to do with that money.
Absolutely.
Because all too often, what we do is we give, like, look at what happens with Native Americans. Native Americans were given the right to have these casinos in places where casinos were illegal, right? A casino is just a money printing machine, right? And you still see these wild numbers of poverty, these wild numbers of drug abuse, wild numbers of murder rates, violence in these Native American communities. So just giving them money didn't fix the problem.
Don't give me the treatment, give me the fucking cure.
Give me so the cure and the reason this hit me is because I went up to Winnipeg to do this show, such a random show. I did a birthday party for this guy, really fucking cool dude, wealthy dude. And
you sure he wasn't you sure he didn't book you just to try to fuck you?
Well, no, it was Sandusky. It was Sandusky's son. Okay. I did a show for.
Gotcha.
And but he had these two kids. He had a 9-year-old kid and an 11-year-old kid. And I meet the 9-year-old kid, and immediately the 9-year-old kid starts pitching me on a commercial. He's like, "I have a commercial idea. Can you make my commercial?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's crazy." And then he goes, "You know what? I've also written a children's book." So this 9-year-old wrote a fucking children's book. We later went to the parents' office space, and this 9-year-old kid shows me his fucking office, and I'm like, "How the hell does this 9-year-old kid? Why is he thinking like this?"
Training.
And I realized
teaching.
It's the culture he's around. He sees both of his parents, mom and dad, are entrepreneurs, so he wants to be an entrepreneur. It's like me. I grew up in a small business, so naturally I knew I was going to own a small business growing up. I just knew that was going to happen. I didn't even question it. So my feeling is, in school, we have to teach values of entrepreneurship. We have to teach values of the most simple things. We have to teach finance. Like, I am ignorant when it comes to finances. I know nothing about it. Okay, I have a business manager that handles my finances, but I know jack shit about savings, about investments, nothing. Why am I learning Shakespeare in school and not how to save $5? That's absurd. You want people to get out of poverty? Teach them how to fucking do it. Teach them how to fish. Stop making them read Othello or Romeo and Juliet. That shit's not getting you out of poverty.
Bro,
what is getting you out of poverty is saving $5.
Everything I learned in elementary school, middle school, high school, that shit don't do nothing for me now. I mean, it was great stories. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then I can pull out a nice Mice and Men reference and refer to somebody as George or Lenny. You know what I mean? But that shit don't. I was trying to help my daughter do her 3rd grade homework. Bro, that shit is so fucking difficult. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, hold on. Like, I mean, it'd be the craziest questions like, Johnny has 6 apples. If Johnny has 6 apples and then he leaves 5 to Sandy, and then Sandy has 4 and then gives 3 back to Johnny, you like, yo, man, what the fuck is going on, yo? 3rd grade math is difficult as shit, and I don't use that in the real world. I don't.
No. You're absolutely right.
But I am trying to figure out ways to invest my money in the real world. I am doing that. But but they could have taught us that in school. Like things
Why aren't they teaching us? Why aren't they teaching us how to save $5? That's all. There's a great book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it teaches kind of values of saving money and what to do with your money and how to grow.
Read that when I was 20.
Not wealth. Sorry, say it again.
Read that when I was 20. Yo, man, how about give us books? Listen, I think there's 2 things they should be teaching in school. They should be teaching you about finances, and they should be teaching you about emotional intelligence. I think that.
There we go.
I think books like The Secret. I think books like The 4 Agreements. I think books like Seed of the Soul. I think The Outliers. I think things like that should be taught. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. We had Malcolm Gladwell on the Breakfast Club this week, and
yeah, I saw that.
When I was taking a piss. And salute to my guy Bob. Bob works at Light FM. He does mornings on Light FM. And he goes, who y'all got on this one? I go, Malcolm Gladwell. He goes, no shit. He goes, man, when I was the program director I don't know if he was a program director for Light, but with some radio station he was a program director for. He was like, you know, our boss used to give us Malcolm Gladwell books to read. And he would give us Malcolm Gladwell books to read so we'd be better when it came to marketing. And I was like, wow. Like, that's just somebody trying to give you a higher level of consciousness, a higher level of education, something that you will actually use in the real world. Listen, all these books that I've read, that I just named, I actually use these principles in my everyday life. Like, I've seen where they have come into play. I still have not seen a need for motherfucking mice and men anywhere in my life.
It's the thing, because obviously these stories like of mice and men, or like, you know, Old Man in the Sea, these kind of stories, they teach us interesting values of humanity, right? They teach us compassion, they teach us, you know, love, and like how to do the right thing in the right moment.
Mice and Men taught you how not to be friends with retarded people. Like, please.
And also don't let a retard touch your hair because he won't let go.
They got supernatural strength. Yeah. They might hug you and kill you.
Supernatural strength.
So just stay away from them. Okay?
Exactly. It basically just taught us how to like ostracize retards. That's all that book really taught us. It's like you could give them.
You're right.
You could give them an opportunity, but they will turn into Harambe. So don't let them get that too close.
He had to kill him.
He did. He put him down.
For his own good, for the safety of the people, and for the safety of himself, he had to kill a retarded guy.
Tell me that of Mice and Men that Harambe and that little boy wasn't the exact same story of Mice and Men, right? Lenny is Harambe. How did nobody make that meme? I want to know how nobody made the meme.
Everybody forgot about Mice and Men. That's some shit we learned in high school that nobody thinks about no more.
Listen, if they had read Mice and Men, they would have made that gate a little bit taller. They would have made that fence a little taller.
That was the meme, man. They had to put poor Lenny and Harambe down for no goddamn reason. Harambe wasn't bothering nobody. Lenny wasn't bothering nobody. But when that fucking gorilla gets in contact with humans, and when that retardation gets in the population with the same people, problems happen, man.
Big problem. It's too soft.
Now
that human skin is too soft. That human hair is too soft. They can't let go.
Yo, you know what's so crazy? I don't know if this was like this in y'all school, but when I was in high school, the mentally challenged kids used to eat lunch by themselves. They used to be in trailers in the back. They used to ride a different bus, the little short bus. They wasn't letting them be around us.
No, that's they know. They can't put them on a full-size bus. Are you kidding me?
That was dangerous. They shouldn't have did that. They shouldn't have had those retarded kids and then taught us Mice and Men. What if somebody brought a gun to school and started killing the retarded kids just because they felt like, you know, they were a threat because of damn Mice and Men? That's fucked up, man.
They were doing everybody a favor, some Minority Report shit?
I don't like the picture they painted of Mice and Men. I like when they put them in the light of like radio. I like Corky from Life Goes On.
Yeah, but not all retards are good, right? Just like not all humans are
Stop saying retards, man.
Why?
I don't think that's the politically correct. I think you got to say it all the way out, retarded.
Okay, so I can call someone retarded. I just can't call them a retard.
Yeah, I don't think you can
How
say
soft are we as a culture?
I don't know, man.
I just take away the ED and it's fucked up.
It is a term for it now, though. It's an actual...
Who cares what the term... Listen, the term is retard,
What?
okay? No retard has ever been upset at being called a retard. That's a fact.
Dwayne said mentally mutated.
Mentally,
Challenge.
no, there's no mutation whatsoever, okay? Mutants have special powers, okay?
Yeah, you're right.
So let's just keep it at that. Let's just start educating the fucking kids in school and teaching successful values, because honestly, you know what it is? My mom would always talk about this, and this shit never kind of hit home for me until recently when I saw this 9-year-old kid who was writing books and all this kind of shit. And she was like, where I'm from, where I grew up in Scotland, it was this very kind of like working class area. And if you tried to be better than working class, you were looked down upon. You were like trying to improve your life in a way, and that was almost like insulting to the people.
Yeah, you think you're better than everybody.
Class.
You think you're better than everybody.
You think you're better. Exactly. So in a weird way, not only do we not teach values of success in poor places, we also teach values to criticize success in poor places. Like we're keeping ourselves
say that again now.
down.
Only do we what?
Not only do we not teach values of success in these poor places, right? we teach values of criticizing success. Oh, you're trying to improve your life. You're trying to be better than us.
Yeah, I mean that happens in the hood too. I mean, I'm sure that happens anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll see somebody, and I think about that all the time. Like, cause I was like that kid. I was that kid who, you know, my mother was an English teacher, and you know, I was making straight A's up until about 5th, 6th grade. Cause when I got to 6th grade and I had the glasses and I was making the good grades, all my cousins were giving me flack for that. Like that, like I was doing the wrong thing. You a nerd. You want to hang? you want to hang out with all the smart kids? You know what I'm saying? Like it was like they used to give me flack for that shit. So it's just like it came a point where I was like, man, fuck that. I'd rather thug with y'all. You know,
bro, you can't surround yourself with Lenny's.
No, man, no, it's nothing wrong with Lenny's. Lenny was a good guy. He is just a menace to society. He was a threat to himself. He didn't know no better. He didn't know any better. Oh, let's pay some bills when we come back.
All right, man.
All right, now this week's episode of Brilliant Idiots is also brought to you by Blue Apron. Not all ingredients are created equal, so it's important to know where your food comes from. Thankfully, for less than $10 per person per meal, Blue Apron delivers easy-to-follow recipes along with pre-portioned ingredients, courtesy of over 150 local farms, ranches, and fisheries across the United States, right to your door. Blue Apron sends you higher-quality food at a better value by cutting out the middleman and delivering ingredients at their most fresh. And fresh, high-quality ingredients makes a real difference in your cooking. And because Blue Apron ships the exact amount of each ingredient required for a recipe, there's no food taste. It's everything you need to make a sustainable and delicious home-cooked meal in 40 minutes or less. Some of the upcoming meals in February are cashew chicken stir-fry with tango mandarins and jasmine rice, roasted pork with apple, walnut, and farro salad, crispy barramundi with quinoa and roasted carrot salad. Quinoa. I used to know a quinoa. For real. Super quinoa.
Now you're reading like Lenny, bro.
Now you done noodle soup with miso. That's miso? Or is that misa?
Miso.
Miso and soft-boiled eggs. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/idiots. You'll love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. So don't wait. That's blueapron.com/idiots. Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
I ordered the lamb, beef, and mushroom stew, so
You ordered something that wasn't Asian, Chris? Wow.
Yeah, you know, I'm expanding my horizons a little bit.
Okay.
Yo, I got the meals. They sent them out here, dude. This is official.
Yeah, I said last week, it's good. It's legit.
No, it is official. They sent it out with this like giant ice pack, but it's not even ice. It's like the thing that's even colder than ice that doesn't melt.
Yeah.
And that keeps the meat frozen. And it separates it from the other ingredients. Like they got even like little, like the tiniest little bit of like salt and like
they give you that little package in the paper bag with all the little like the salt, the sugar, a little vinegar, sesame oil.
Think it's gonna be drugs.
Yeah,
yeah, but these women know y'all ain't cooking this shit though.
That's why you get a woman to come in and cook it though. Come on now, come on now. Pimping ain't dead.
Listen, what'd you think of the Grammys?
Man, I want to ask you first.
I mean, I've been said the Grammys were culturally out of touch. I said that years ago. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like, I mean, they just historically the shit that's really popping, they haven't like awarded. Like, I mean, come on, Tupac and Biggie don't have Grammys. Snoop Dogg don't have a Grammy. Nas don't have a Grammy. Public Enemy don't have a Grammy. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, I mean, I just felt like this year they really got it wrong with Album of the Year, more so in past years. I mean, they got it wrong when they gave Macklemore his award over Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City, I think it was. But I just felt like they really got it wrong because Beyonce Lemonade was such a phenomenal body of work, and it impacted the culture in such a way. And I think it's embarrassing for the person who actually won to go on stage and say, no, y'all got it wrong. And not only say it on stage, but said it in the back. Like, Adele was like, this was Beyonce's year. She was like, yo, what does Beyonce have to do to win a Grammy? Like, for the person that won to continuously say, y'all got it wrong, the Grammy committee need to really rethink however it is they come up with who gets what. Because I really don't know how the Grammys work. I have no idea. I thought it was about record sales, but it's not about record sales. I don't know what it's about. I really don't. So I just really thought they dropped the ball. Like, I literally stayed up thinking Beyonce's gonna win Album of the Year. I didn't know she was gonna go up there. I wanted to see what she was gonna say about Hove, because Hove is the catalyst for this album. And then you got to think, your girl win a Grammy because of your infidelity. She can't really hold your infidelity over your head no more, bro. Like,
that's what it was.
Like,
I bet you that's what it was. The Grammy committee is a bunch of women who are like, nah. We're not going to let cheating win this year.
I'm serious, man. And I know Beyonce had to do the, writing.
That's not what we're marching for.
Yes, Beyonce had to do the writing and the singing and all that and go out there and perform it. But Hov is really the ghostwriter of Lemonade, bro. That's right.
Yeah.
Hov cheated for you to win Album of the Year. Come on, man.
Honestly, bro, I'm not going to lie. If I was Hov and Beyonce won that Album of the Year, I'd look right at her. I'd be like, you're welcome, boo. You're welcome, all right? Because if I wasn't dropping dick off all over the country with bitches with good hair.
Hov should have been like, look, hey, sorry. I ain't sorry. I will say though, everybody was up in arms when Adele said the whole thing about her black friends, which didn't bother me because why are we getting mad at adjectives, man? Like if your black friend, okay, she specifically said my black friends. All right, cool, she got black friends, great. But I'm just thinking because I'm just thinking always about great moments. I feel like she missed a moment. Like she missed an opportunity to like really use her privilege to combat prejudice. Because if you're going to get on that stage and say, your Beyonce's music makes my black friends want to stand up for themselves. If you're going to take it there, I thought it would have been dope for her to be like, yo, Beyonce's music makes me want to stand up for my black friends and women and, just makes me realize that we need to stand up against the injustices that people are facing in America. I thought that would have been dope because Beyonce used her moment. Like when Beyonce won her award, she went up there and she gave her speech about, equality and how she wants her kids to grow up in a place where, everybody loves each other. Like she really used her speech to bring people together.
Yeah,
and and I thought Adele.
I agree with you.
I thought Adele could have did the same thing. I think she missed the moment.
Yeah, I think that the way I interpreted it, and maybe it's different just because I'm interpreting it through white guy eyes, but the way I interpret it was like seeing her black friends, the way that they react to Beyonce lets Adele know that they lead a different life than her, right? So it goes, while Adele loves Beyonce and she sees her as this amazing, powerful figure and loves her music, etc., seeing the reaction that her black friends have towards Beyonce lets her know, oh shit, there's something very different about my life that maybe these people are getting from Beyonce, and she is a beacon of hope in some ways and a beacon of like power.
Adele
and
knows
shows
that,
them
though.
that they could have it.
I mean, look at the Hello video.
Maybe Adele has more figures in her life that she can point to as suggestions for that.
I mean, listen, look at that.
I didn't see it as her like trying to ostracize her friends. I just saw it as her recognizing the importance of Beyonce to women of color.
No, I agree with that.
That's undeniable.
I agree with that, but I feel like if you're up there, talking about how much you love Beyonce, I want to know, what does Beyonce make you feel? Does Beyonce like you said?
Didn't she say that?
She said she makes me and my friends feel good, and then she said you make my black friends feel like they want to stand up for themselves, and I'm like, well, damn, Adele. It'd have been more powerful hindsight of 2010. It'd been more powerful to say Beyonce makes me want to stand up for women, for people of color, for people facing injustice. Like I just think that would have been such a dope moment because one thing you never see, right? You never see a white person in a position of power get on those stages and like just denounce racism. Just be like, yo, racism is whack. Prejudice is whack. Why can't we all just get a fucking along? Now, you see people stand up for LGBT at these shows. You see people stand up for motherfucking women. You see them stand up for Muslims. You see them stand up for climate change. So why don't you ever see that when it comes to... I think
that you see that all the time with white people. I don't understand where you got that idea that there are white people that are not out there trying to stand up to racial injustice.
I specifically said white people in positions of power. Those are the ones that are...
Timberlake. And then he does it and he gets destroyed for it.
He tried.
Like, you're dead if you do. You're dead if you don't.
Nah, Justin tried. I mean, listen. I fuck with Justin. Justin tried. But he didn't really say anything. All he said was inspired by Jesse Williams. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it always this coding when it comes to certain shit? Like, just straight up say it. Same way we can say homophobia is whack. Same way we can say, treating the environment bad is whack. Say racism is whack.
Didn't Meryl Streep say that exactly on stage? I don't know. You're just not paying attention to white people.
No, I pay attention to Meryl. I don't remember Meryl saying that. Let me look up Meryl's speech.
She said it twice. She said it at the Golden Globes, and then she just said it again. I think at like the SAG Awards or something.
I know Meryl spoke out against Trump. I don't know if it was necessarily out against racism.
She spoke out against Trump, and she spoke out against the racism that he projects. And then there was a bunch of people that accepted awards. There was a guy from Stranger Things, and he spoke out against it, etc. The reality is just nobody cares when people are doing good things. We only care when people are doing bad things.
I don't believe that.
If you listen to the acceptance speeches in these last few award shows, there's always some white guy or white chick that is using it as a platform to speak out against it, but it doesn't make news because that's not sexy. What's sexy is Adele saying black friends and all of us going, well, see? Shit, look, we're back in the 1860s.
Yeah,
it's fucking slavery time because Adele said black friends. Oh my God.
Yeah, Meryl never said that. Meryl said, shit, I just had it right here.
She absolutely did.
Nah, she didn't say that.
Look at the speech.
I'm looking at it. She didn't say that. She said it was basically about bullying. That's what it basically was about. It was about bullying, how somebody shouldn't use their pulpit to bully. I mean, listen, what Meryl did was great as well, but I'm just saying somebody should go out.
She did speak about racism. She did say that.
She spoke about discrimination, but I mean, that could be towards Mexicans, Muslims. I think somebody needs to address the black-white shit. I'm not even going to lie. I feel like nobody ever goes up on those stages and says, look, racism is motherfucking whack. Period. White people should not hate black people for the color of their skin. Black people should not hate white people for the color of their skin. Period. Like I have yet to hear that. Like I saw somebody, Michael Jackson's daughter went up there throwing her fist up, which is great, talking about the Dakota Access Pipeline and resist and all this and that. Like I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, listen, even with Tribe Called Quest's performance, I thought it was great, but I was like, why is there all this coding? Like Busta Rhymes was like President Agent Orange. And then at the end, Q-Tip was like, all you bad folks, you must go. I'm like, what does that even mean? Why do I have to use comprehension skills to I know what he's talking about. Why not just say it? So why not just say, Donald Trump, you must go? Like, I like those kind of stands. I like shit to be cut and dry. Like, I don't like all this coding that's going on. Like, what are we speaking in code for? We don't have time for that now. Like, what's the point? Yeah. Like, let's get right to it.
They still want to be artists, I guess. I don't fucking know. All I know is when it comes to the Grammys, just real quick about Adele winning. I personally thought that Beyonce should have won. I thought the Lemonade album was just a better album. That being said, I didn't really listen to the Adele album, but I just heard songs on it. I didn't listen to the whole thing. She's good. She's good. I'm not saying she's wrong, but this is what I'll say about the Grammys in general, and it kind of echoes your sentiments, which is music is subjective, right? And it's about you and your feelings. It's about how you feel about it, right? The idea that we have a contest of who the best music is kind of absurd, right? Because why does someone else's taste on music mean anything to you? It's like someone else. It's like being upset because someone doesn't want to fuck your wife. It's your wife. It doesn't matter if that other person wants to fuck them or not, right?
You don't need validation from other people, is what you're saying.
Exactly. It's like you're validating your music tastes through these stiff old motherfuckers that, like you said, have been wrong for years. Like when a football coach has 3 losing seasons, we fire the football coach, right? You're out of here, right? But with music and with I don't know if the Oscars are the same, but like with these award shows, we keep on letting the same football coach lose and lose and lose. It's Rex Ryan. All of them are fucking Rex Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just saying, it's like we got to stop validating our music choices, right, through these people that we don't even respect their taste in music. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
if you love Beyonce and you think that she had the best album, her losing doesn't make it not the best album. These award shows, and we've been to these award shows, Charlamagne. We've been to award shows. They're fucking corny. Nobody there wants to be there. It's a circle jerk of celebrities. That's all that shit is celebrities looking at each other going, you're good. Pat yourself on the back. Good job, Meryl Streep. Good job, fucking Ryan Gosling, whatever. It means nothing, okay? Because the richest and most successful people at those whatever they're called, award shows, are never the people winning the awards. The rich motherfuckers, the dudes making $20 million a film, Denzel got like one, right?
Denzel got, 2 Oscars in his whole career?
You know, Tom
Leonardo
Cruise.
DiCaprio got 1
Leonardo
Oscar.
come on now. Shit. Matter of fact, making an Oscar means you're going to be poor.
Shit,
Fuck
Scorsese
that.
don't got none.
Hey, man, we out of here. Fuck that shit, bro. If that's the case, I don't need an Oscar.
Martin
I'll take the
Scorsese
bread.
don't got 1.
Come on now.
Listen, I'm with you. I'm so over people who aren't involved in the culture, dictating the culture, and I mean that from like radio to TV to movies. Like, who are you, motherfucker? Like, why are you motherfuckers telling me? Listen, I had a conversation. It's so funny you said. I had a conversation with some executives this week, and I said to them, the problem with a lot of you is that y'all are still operating on a playbook or operating with a playbook that doesn't exist anymore. And the thing is this, right? Some people know how to create television. They know how to make TV. Like, you can put together a TV show, but that don't mean you know content. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between good content and TV. See, good content is going to be good content regardless of what platform it's on. I can watch this shit on Netflix. I can watch it on motherfucking YouTube. I can watch it on Instagram. If it's good, I'm going to watch it. But you don't know how to find good content and put it on television because you're so worried about this structure. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're still operating off this old blueprint. So, like, somebody in those...
What'd they say to you?
I mean, you know, there's always an argument because you're assaulting someone's profession. You know, you're assaulting someone's I guess coolness, so to speak, because nobody wants to hear that they're out of the loop. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to hear that they're not a part of the culture. But the truth to the matter is, it comes to that point sometime where you're not. And it's okay. Just surround yourself with people who are.
Adapt or die.
Adapt or die. Like, it's not hard. Like, stop sitting around with a bunch of motherfuckers. That's the problem. It's a bunch of motherfuckers sitting around in a room who don't know shit about the culture. And they're still trying to figure out how to do good TV or good radio.
So here's the thing that you said that is so fucking crucial, and this is why, and I'm not joking when I say this. This is why you have genius level instincts and experience, but genius level instincts when it comes to creating, especially in this entertainment world, is that you see right to the core of what is driving entertainment right now. It's content. It's not the TV show. It's content. So right now, even if you think about like Game of Thrones, right? When people watch Game of Thrones, which is a TV show, they're not talking about the whole episode. They're talking about the one scene in the episode.
Yep.
Right? That one scene in the episode is content.
Yep.
Oh, shit. We're going to talk about that battle scene. Remember the battle scene? That's content. That's no different when the people are talking about it, when people are retweeting it, when people are posting memes of it. That's no different than a street fight video on WorldStar. It's content. So if you're going to create a 30-minute TV show, you don't create the TV show that's good from start to finish and it's amazing and sculpted this, that, the other. You only need moments. Create the content moments. You could have a 45-minute interview on The Breakfast Club, but you're going to give them some shit to talk about. It could be a minute.
Yeah, and that's why I break we put the whole interview online, but you see, I post minute-long clips on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Because usually that's what most people have in their mind anyway. All they want is that one little moment, whatever. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, we want to do a great interview from start to finish, but you have to be aware of these moments. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier. I'm telling them, I create content every day. That's what we do.
Yep.
We literally create content every day, whether it's the Breakfast Club, whether it's the podcast. We create content every motherfucking day. Sports Center, salute to Sports Center, salute to Michael Smith and Jamel Hill. They used a piece of the Brilliant Idiots podcast on Sports Center last week.
I was so gassed about that. I was so excited. I was bummed I wasn't there, but I was super excited to even see that shit. That was amazing. Thank you, Mike and Jamel.
And I keep it 100. I told one of the execs from MTV, I'm like, when the last time MTV created a piece of content that ended up on Sports Center?
Hey.
The response was Teen Mom and the VMAs. But they didn't say sport. I said main. I sent the clip and said it was Sports Center, and then I said, when's the last time MTV created a piece of content that ended up on mainstream television like this? And it was like the VMAs and Teen Mom. I'm like, VMAs is a given. It's an award show, and Teen Mom ain't culture. Like, most of the time when Teen Mom's getting presses for something bad, like.
Come on now. We can go on and on about what's going on MTV. And look, I'm incredibly grateful for MTV because that's where I got my start. But I've seen a network not adapt with the time, right? This is a network where their fan base is, maybe like 14 to like 20-year-olds, maybe 24. And these people have gravitated towards YouTube to watch their content. That's where they watch their content.
Because you know why? You know why, Schultz? Because they want good content. Like that's all it boils down to. Like, stop trying to everybody got to stop trying to structure things so much. Like, we're really making this more difficult than this. I tell music industry executives this all the time too. I'm like, when I see music industry executives who aren't adapting to how these kids are consuming music now and how these kids are becoming stars, same thing on radio. Like, you got guys on radio that are getting 20 million, 30 million plays on SoundCloud. They're selling out shows. They have an audience already. And radio's just like waiting. Like, well, it's still not there yet. What do you mean it's not there? It's already there. They've made your job so easy. This is the next guy. You know what I'm saying? This is what you should be playing right now.
Yeah, it's proven already. It's proven. People like it.
The content has been proven. It's mind-boggling to me. It's really mind-boggling to me.
Never could it be easier to tell. I mean, all YouTube does is categorize interest, right? Like, if you have tons of views on YouTube and people are consistently watching you on YouTube, that means people fuck with you.
Yes.
It's really not a risk. It used to be a risk. There was no YouTube. So you put someone on TV hoping people fuck with them. That's the focus group. YouTube is the fucking focus group.
Simple. Like, it's really just that simple. Like, they do in radio, they do something called call out research hooks. Where they have somebody on the phone and they play the hook, a little bit of the song. People will say they're familiar with it, they're not familiar with it. I'm like, you can't even do that. There's no need for that anymore. Like go online. Everybody that has blew up I'll use Chance the Rapper as the perfect example. I remember last year, maybe February, and we was talking about Power 105's Powerhouse show. And I was like, yo, we need to get Chance the Rapper to headline at Powerhouse. Everybody at that table looked at me and goes, huh? Chance?
Okay.
Nah, not Chance. One guy at the table said, my son loves Chance. By November of last year, Chance was the biggest shit.
I mean,
year before that, same conversation happened with Future. And when I said Future, one of my bosses was like, Future? Really? I said, yes. She listened and booked Future. And by the time November came around, he was the biggest shit of 2015. You know what I mean? Or 2014, whatever year it was, I don't remember. But all I'm saying is, it's right there for you to see already. You know what's next. You know what's about to happen. So everybody that's in these positions, whether it's radio, whether it's TV, whether it's movies, get you some people around you that know content. You already know television. We know that. You know radio. We know that. You know movies. You know that. But do you still know content? That's what you need to be asking yourself.
And do you know what content these kids are watching? Like, if you're 50 years old, you have to understand you're 50, okay? You have to understand the things that are interesting to you are not going to be interesting to 16-year-olds.
Yes.
Or to 20-year-olds or to 24-year-olds. And if you're making television for 16 to 24-year-olds, you have to get in their minds. And you have to talk to them.
And stop taking things off the internet and then making it TV. Like, this is what they do. God. They take things off the internet and then they water it down to fit a TV format. Then it goes on TV, and the kids that used to watch them on the internet are like, this is not what I like. This ain't the same content. It's the same people, but it's not the same content. If you're not giving me the same content I'm getting online, why am I going to leave offline?
This is what people don't get, right? The internet is the bodega. The internet is your local CVS. The internet is your local Walgreens, right? It's the shit that's right next door. It's open 24/7. You just go there when you need some shit now, right? TV is a fancy ass restaurant. You can't sell ho-hos and ding-dings at a fancy-ass restaurant because the expectation is higher. Yes. So if you're taking internet things, right, you're taking the CVS shit, you're taking some fucking Raisin Bran and you're selling it for $20, $30 at the restaurant, people are going to be upset because the expectation is much higher.
Yes, if you're not going to take something off the internet and elevate it, leave it alone.
There it is. So what you can do is take something on the internet and then make it better. Like you said, elevate the shit and make it live up to those expectations. Make that dessert take it from a ho-ho to the most exquisite dessert ever. But understand, people are paying for this TV shit. And not only are they paying for it, you're making them wait. You're saying you got to show up at 9 o'clock to see the shit. The internet, I can see it whenever I want.
Anytime,
right? The internet is your fucking side chick. That's your booty call. Right? The booty call can come over dressed however the fuck she wants.
No. TV is the side chick nowadays.
Talk to me.
I just believe that. I believe the internet is the main chick. Like, listen, it's this great TED Talk. It's a great TED Talk out right now. It's this week's TED Talk. It's called Screen Time Part 1 and Part 2. And it talks about how we're all living through our screens. Everything is on this phone. Like, I haven't watched TV yet today. I just haven't. You know what I'm saying? But I've been on Instagram. I've been on Snapchat. I've been on Twitter. I know what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? I know more about the Michael Flynn situation because of, New York Times Online or Washington Post Online. I get the newspaper every morning. I didn't read the newspaper. I get the newspaper comes every morning. I pick it up and I put it down and I don't even read that shit. Everything is through the phone. I have not watched television one time today. I will when I go home tonight because Blackish is on. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, no. So I'm saying I feel like TV is the side chick nowadays. Our little small screen smartphones and our laptops is the main boo.
Fair. I guess what I was saying when it comes to side chick was meaning like the side chick can come over in sweatpants because it don't really matter. You're just fucking anyway.
Listen, I guess the moral of the story is I just like the freedom of creativity. Yeah. And I'm seeing more freedom of creativity online than I am on television. It's refreshing when you see it on television. When you see a show like Atlanta, it's refreshing. When you see Game of Thrones, it's refreshing. You know what I mean? I watch Blackish, it's refreshing. Like, these shows are actually really good to me. You know what I mean? Like,
and they're creating moments, bro.
They're creating moments.
Like you said about content. And honestly, I think that's a huge key. Content, creating content within the show. Blackish had that moment where Anthony Anderson explained what it was like to be black when you I didn't see the whole clip, but it went viral. But what it was like being black with this type of president, with Trump as a president.
Oh yeah, I saw that episode.
You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
And people were talking about this. They weren't talking about the whole episode, but they were talking about this content moment within the episode. And if you can't articulate that, if people don't understand and execs don't understand when you're articulating this thing, they're just not doing their job right. TV has changed. They need to change or the ship will sink. It is as simple as that.
Hey, that's the other thing I hate too. Before we pay this next bill, I hate having to explain cultural things to executives. And that was my other point to this executive. I said what needs to happen is people need to stop making TV for people in this building, meaning that you're making TV for all the other executives to get. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you need to be making TV for the culture to actually get. Like, if you're 40 plus years old, 50 plus years old, white guy, whatever, Spanish, from wherever, and you're watching something and like you're reading the script and it says, "Yo, man. Yo, let's go downtown, man. This such and such restaurant got the best meat." Pause, and then the guy goes pause, and you're like, why is there a pause here? What does this mean? Like, what is it? Like, you're out, you're done. like you're done. You're not a part of the culture. It's over. Like, I'm watching Insecure on Insecure. Molly's talking to Issa, and Issa picks up her phone, and Molly goes, "What you on, Shade Room?" If you don't know what the Shade Room is, you're done. Like, that shouldn't be a note. Like, we don't know what Shade Room is because you use another website. How about Perez Hilton? Perez ain't popping like that no more. So all I'm saying is, if you don't know the culture, get out of the way. Get out of the way and cultivate people who do know the culture.
And here's the thing: you have skills that will help this TV show be good. Just focus on your skills. Think of it like a basketball team or a football team. Right now, you're like Vince Carter or you're like Ray Allen. You used to be the marquee player. That you got a little bit older, but you could still shoot a three. So if your three is structure, get out of the way of the creatives, get out of the way of the content, but just make sure the structure is tight.
And make
sure you can add value. These people are trying to not get fired, right? By putting their 2 cents in constantly. But what they're doing is just making shows fail.
You're making it worse. Listen, you know TV, I know content. Stop trying to make this content TV. Okay, and let's just come together and show me how to structure this already good content. Everybody's not a creative, bro. Like and that's fine. It's fine. You don't have to always be a creative. You just go get the creatives and keep them around you and let them create shit, and you show them how to structure that creation. Don't come in here with your fucking notes and water shit down.
But it's hard, man. It's hard because it's just like NBA players. It's just like athletes. It's hard to acknowledge that you've changed. Not everybody can do what Ray Allen did. Ray Allen was willing to put away his ego and say, I'm going to be a role player on this team. Not everybody can do that. And motherfuckers need role players, man. It's a sad thing that I see happening. And I'll be honest, not every network is doing that. The show I'm working on right now for CISO is pushing the fucking envelopes.
What the fuck is CISO?
CISO is NBC's streaming device.
They sound like they can do what the fuck they want.
Exactly, right? But it's like all the big networks, the smart ones at least, have realized that streaming is the game, right? But they can't just leave television as is right now. They have contracts with cable companies, that kind of shit, whatever. So they're coming out with these streaming things. I think Crackle is Sony's. Obviously there was Hulu, Netflix, all these things. So all the big networks are going to come out with these streaming devices. And you can use the streaming device to incubate shows. So you put this show on the streaming device, you let it bolster, get attention. It either kills it for your streaming device, right? And then you can put it on any channel on your network that you want, or you can keep it on the streaming device and use it to bolster the streaming device. All you need is one hit show. Think about it. One hit show changes a network. With Guy Code on MTV2, we changed the network. Absolutely. Nobody gave a fuck about MTV2, and we made a network with Guy Code. Think about that. That's one
good content.
Show. Good content.
Good content. Good content. All right. Salute to Bevel. Thank you to Bevel for supporting this week's episode of Brilliant Idiots. Up to 80% of black men and women experience razor bumps, and up to 30% of all men and women experience razor bumps. You don't have to be a part of these statistics. Start shaving smarter with Bevel and watch razor bumps become a thing of the past. Bevel is dermatologist approved and proven to prevent and reduce razor bumps on your skin. How does Bevel deliver that bump-free shave? The Bevel razor uses a single blade which cuts hair above the skin, not beneath, so you can avoid those painful ingrown hairs. Your first kit comes with everything you need to get started. A Bevel razor and brush, as well as priming oil, shave cream, a restoring balm, and as many blades as you'll need to keep yourself right until the next kit arrives. When it comes to shaving your skin, trust one razor to get it done right. Trust Bevel. You can welcome the Bevel shaving system into your life and get the first month for free by going to getbevel.com/idiots. That's getbevel.com/idiots to get the first month of your Bevel subscription for free. Start shaving smarter with Bevel. Also, thanks again to Squarespace for sponsoring this week's episode of Brilliant Idiots. We're halfway through February, and we need to know, have you made your next move? Or are you still waiting to seize an opportunity? A closed mouth doesn't get fed. Get to work and lock down your next move with Squarespace. Squarespace is used by a wide range of people in business, including us, and allows you to create everything from a professional blog to a portfolio to show off your work, or an online store where you can officially open for business. You even get a unique domain that can set you apart from the rest in your field. And with Squarespace's award-winning templates, creating a beautiful website is a simple and intuitive process with nothing to ever install or patch or upgrade. Ever! But if you do find yourself lost and confused, Squarespace award-winning 24/7 customer support can help you with any problem, no matter how technical or trivial seeming. Start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter offer code IDIOT to get 10% off your first purchase, plus a free domain. That's squarespace.com, and offer code IDIOT to get 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace, make your next move, make your next website. Also, what the fuck was I about to promote? Oh, Purchase my book, Black Privilege. Opportunity comes to those who create it. You can pre-order now at ctabook.com, cthabook.com. The pre-orders are doing great. You know what I mean? So thank you. And also salute the High U Clothing. For the Brilliant Idiots merch. You can go to brilliantidiotsmerch.com and purchase some Brilliant Idiots clothing, okay? And also
make sure you check out my show in LA the 21st. It's this coming up Tuesday, 8 p.m. I think that's a Tuesday, the 21st, at the Hollywood Improv. So make sure you check that shit out. You can get tickets for that at theandrewschultz.com, or you can go to the Hollywood Improv's website and you can get tickets right there. Yes, it is Tuesday, 8 p.m. in LA.
Oh, and Uncommon Sense is coming back for season 3.
Okay.
It starts next Friday, February 24th, 11:30 p.m. It's going to be live. So yeah, MTV's.
Who's the first guest?
I don't know yet, man. I don't know. I had somebody in mind, but they're not available until a couple weeks later. So I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. It's gonna be a lot more socially conscious this time around. You know, not socially conscious in the way of, you know, like CNN or anything like that, but just, you know, we're gonna talk politics all the way. And not just, I mean, it's so crazy, man. Everything is politics. I was watching Sports Center, salute to Carrie Champion, and Carrie was talking to, forgot who she was talking to, but she was like, yo, politics is everything now. She was like, you know, a lot of people want us to avoid talking about politics, but you can't, because they're in our world. Because you'll have like the head of Under Armour make a statement, and then you got Steph Curry and what's the other young lady name? Oh man, what's the young lady name? Misty Copeland. Misty Copeland. They making statements because they're endorsing Under Armour. So you know it just comes. It comes into that. It's bleeding over into everything. Like you can't avoid this administration at all. Greatest reality show I've ever seen. Fuck E. CNN is the new E network. Instead of keeping up with the Kardashians, we keeping up with the goddamn Trump administration. It's actually amazing to watch. Saturday Night Live has not been funny in years. The Trump administration has provided them enough content for them. It's layups. Get Melissa McCarthy to play Sean Spicer. I don't know what they're waiting on to let Rosie O'Donnell play Steve Bannon. It's layups. like you can't fuck this up if you tried.
No, it's good. You're absolutely right. It's I couldn't agree more.
Did you get some pussy on Valentine's Day?
Did I get some pussy on Valentine's? No, man. You know I'm celibate.
Did you do anything for Valentine's Day?
I didn't do shit. What did I do on Valentine's Day? I went to dinner with my boy.
Gay!
Dick talk.
Dick segment. Jesus Christ. You went to dinner with your boy on Valentine's Day?
Bro. Yeah, man. I need a wife, bro. I need to stop fucking these girls. I need to settle down. I need a wife, and I need to have some kids, man. I really think that's what's up. It's time for me, bro. It's really time. I got to stop.
You don't mean that.
I'm not happy just sleeping with these girls, man. I need to settle down.
You just hit somebody with the hezzy. You know somebody's listening to this, and you know some girl that you're interested in, and you've been lying to her, telling her you want to settle down. She doesn't believe you, so she hasn't given you the pussy yet. So that was your version of the hezzy for her. You hit it with
I'm being for real, bro. It's, you know, it doesn't make me happy, man. You know what I think that we suffer from, and I was talking about. I just did the No Jumper podcast with my boy Adam. You should listen to that shit. He's got a dope podcast he does here out of LA, the No Jumper podcast. So watch that shit, listen to that shit, whatever. But I was thinking about it, it's like, I think that we suffer right now. Well, you're married, so it's different, but like, I think we suffer from too many options. Like back in the day when we lived in 100-person communities, the hottest thing about a girl was she wasn't your cousin. Right? Like you were like, oh shit, you and I don't have the same DNA. I want to fuck you. That's awesome. Now we're concerned about boobs and ass and nice feet and good teeth, and if she's tall or if she's fit, if she has good metabolism. Like there's all this shit that I have to, or not I don't have to, but I am thinking about, where I'm like dating a girl. I'm like, but you know, her feet are a little fucked up and da-da-da. Like, I wish I didn't have to think about any of that shit. Get rid of the dating apps. Get rid of everything. There's too many options. Give me 2 options. I'll choose the better one, and I'll fucking settle for that.
Well, you know what Chris Rock used to say back in the day, a man is only as faithful as his options. So, I mean, yeah, it's got to be hard if you're single nowadays, because there's so much shit coming at you 100 miles per hour. Why would you settle down when you got so much different options coming at you 100 miles per hour?
Because we got to settle down to have a family. And furthermore, not even a family, like, empty. When you sleep with these girls, you know, on a certain level, you're doing it, one, because you're a man and you just want to get off, but a certain way, it's validating, right? It's like you sleep with a beautiful woman and then you get to say, oh, wow, that beautiful woman slept with me. I must be good. I must be great. I must be handsome. I must be charming.
What
I
do
must
I
be
always
funny.
say? Men cheat for ego, women cheat for emo.
You're absolutely right. But it's like at the end of the day, I don't want my self-esteem to be a reflection of the girls that fuck me. I want my self-esteem to be my self-esteem. I want it to be dependent on me and the shit that I create and how good I feel about myself. You know, I don't want to fall into this trap where not even the girls, but also like, you know, performing or you know, like I don't want my self-esteem to be a reflection of the person that I'm with, regardless of who it is and how they feel about me. I want to feel this way about me on my own. So I feel like shit, I got to get there personally somehow. I don't fucking know, but I got to get there personally somehow before I can even have a successful relationship with a girl.
Listen, the best thing in the world, I will honestly say, is having a family and having a wife that's actually your friend and y'all get along. And I think that, you know, a lot of times when you're distracted with side chicks, that's energy that you could be focusing on being a better mate to your wife. You know what I mean? Because it's just fun. Like, focus all your energy and continuing to make her happy. You know what I mean? Like, for Valentine's Day, I spent $67 on dinner. The reason I spent $67 on dinner is because I know my wife likes hamburgers. So I hit up our boy Goldstein, salute to Andrew Goldstein, because he's a burger connoisseur. I said, Goldstein, what's the best burger spot in New York right now? Hit me back immediately, like, oh, the Black Tap. You got to go to the Black Tap. They got bomb-ass milkshakes. I'm like, oh, I already know what I'm going to do. We're going to go there. We're going to order 2 hamburgers. Then I'm going to order 1 milkshake with 2 straws. You know what I mean? That's it. And they had a Valentine's Day milkshake. You know what I mean? So that's and she loved it. She had she loved it. She didn't have to dress up. I told her you didn't have to dress up. We're not going anywhere. She loved it. We sat in that burger spot at 6:00, watched fucking Sports Center, and ate burgers, fries, drank the milkshake, and kept it the fuck moving. You know what I mean? Like, that shit feels good. Like, it's fulfilling. It's more fulfilling than putting your dick in another woman's mouth. Don't get me wrong. That feels good too, but it's not fulfilling. It's a difference between feeling good and being fulfilling.
I could not agree more, because that feeling good is only fulfilling for the moment. It's just a drug, right? Like, you feel good and then you nut and you immediately feel guilty again. Whereas you have that sustainability with a girl. I've always been, you know, happier arguably in relationships. But here's my question to you is, what do you do when you're not getting the feedback or the reaction out of your wife that you need to feel whole, to feel good?
You said out of my wife's dick. What did you say?
Say what?
I told you said out of my wife's dick?
No, bro. Your wife is a dick?
It's not like you said when you're not getting the feeling out of your wife's dick.
No, the feedback out of your wife.
I don't listen, man, I don't have that problem. And I will say this. If I ever have had that problem, it's because of something I did wrong. I can honestly admit that. It's because of some energy that I was giving out that was fucked up, or I was doing something I ain't had no business doing. So she wasn't reciprocating, you know, my energy. Or she was reciprocating my energy, but it was just fucked up. I can honestly say that. Like, me and my wife got a great. My wife, we both know what amuses each other. We know what each other likes, and I think that's what, like, you know, even like, she'll get upset at herself because she'll send me an article. Like, she sent me an article this week about single women celebrating themselves for Valentine's Day. It's this shit from Parks and Recreation, and it's called Galentine's Day, where a bunch of lonely ass single girls get together and have dinner and drinks and tweet stupid shit like self-love and send each other cupcakes that say I love me. You know what I mean? All that dumb shit that you wouldn't do if you actually had a man. And she was like, I don't know why I'm following you up, but she knows I like that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So that's the type of relationship that you have. It's like, I know she likes hamburgers. I know she would like this. She likes the simple things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
And then salute to Angela Rye. After we had dinner last night, me and my wife went to go see Angela, because Angela and her friend Stephanie was doing what single women do on Valentine's, getting pedicures and manicures together.
Oh shit! Oh shit! There you go. I'm asking more like, well, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said that you guys know how to amuse each other, and I think that's I think that's super important. And that's what I'm valuing more and more as I get older. It's so funny. When you're younger, you just try to find the hottest chick. And then the older you get, you're like, man, I want a girl I could talk to and have a fucking conversation with.
Absolutely.
Like, enjoy the same things.
That's number one on my list. Got to be able to have a conversation with you.
Oh, dude, because what I've realized about me personally is that when it comes to a girl, just in my past relationships, it could be a great girl that I really love and everything like that. But if I can't amuse her, I start viewing myself as a reflection of that lack of amusement, right? And then it makes it difficult for me to be around her because, and she might be amused, I just don't see it or know it personally. That's my own insecurity, right? So now it's hard for me to be around her because I'm just getting reinforced that I'm not amusing to her, right? So I want to work on that myself where I'm not a reflection of that. You know, with people in general, like I don't want to be a response to the company I'm around. I want to be myself regardless. But at the same time, I think it is important, like you said, to just have that baseline ability to amuse, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, I think a lot of times you also got to realize that in a relationship, it is a lot of give and take. It is a lot of compromise. And y'all not going to do everything together. Like, it's okay to recognize that y'all are a collective unit, but y'all are also individuals. I don't watch Scandal. I don't watch How to Get Away with Murder. So when that shit come on, I shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I go in another room and read comic books. You know what I'm saying? Like she not into everything I'm into. I watch Sports Center. She don't want to see that shit. You know what I mean? But that's why you got more than one TV in the house. And that's fine. And you have to know that if I go in the other room and I'm watching TV and she's in the other room watching TV, it's not that we don't get along or we're mad at each other, we don't like each other. We're just doing two different things in this moment. That's the most important thing about living under the roof with another person or being in a relationship with another person, knowing that everything y'all do isn't about each other. You know what I'm saying? Like I can go do something else. It's not a reflection on you at all. You're not boring me in this moment. You just know I'm not into that shit. And vice versa. Like, so if you get over that, you're fine.
But that is a struggle. Sometimes girls will assume if you want to do something else, it means you don't want to hang out with them. But it's not that I don't want to hang out with you. Like sometimes I don't want to have pizza. It doesn't mean I hate pizza. It just means I'm in the mood for, spaghetti.
That's it. It's simple. Yeah. But the one thing you'll realize sooner than later, though, is the best reason to be in a relationship is the fact that, two reasons. Number one, you can't suck your own dick. That's true. And number two, unprotected sex it feels the greatest. And being in a relationship, being committed to one woman allows you to have unlimited raw dick.
Yes. Yeah, you can get unlimited raw dick, Charlamagne.
No, I mean get unlimited raw dick. No, Paige confused me because she's staring at me. You know, I gotta go do this other podcast. I'm going to do the Girls That Fucked podcast. You ever heard? Oh no, what's it called?
Guys I Fucked.
Guys I Fucked.
Guys We Fucked.
Guys We Fucked.
Guys We Fucked podcast.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm going over there to talk to those young ladies.
Yeah, I know those two girls. Those two girls do stand up.
Oh, they're comedians.
Yeah. It's they do stand-ups, and this is also hysterical because when their podcast was starting to get popular, I remember bumping into it and I was like, you know what? Yeah, guys, I'll do your podcast anytime. Like I just, I'm on a very popular podcast. I have a very popular podcast. I was willing to, spread some of the podcast love, and they're like, yeah, we'll definitely arrange it. And I think they blew me off. And it was like, I don't even want to be on your podcast that much. I'm just thinking about helping you guys out because I happen to be one half of one of the most successful podcasts out.
I think they was around before us though.
Yeah, but we were bigger before them.
No, man.
They're pretty big.
Yeah, they always in the top 10. And I remember that because when we first started debuting, it's names that I would always see in the top 10. I'd always see Joe Rogan. I'd always see Bill Burr. And the title of their podcast, the name of it sticks out. Guys We Fucked.
No, it's great. Great idea. But I like both of the girls. They're nice girls. And I'd always see them around the comedy clubs. And I imagine people like kind of hit them up on some shit like they want to get on their podcast to get exposure or something like that. And it was never even anything like that. I was just like, yeah, I do a podcast. Maybe you guys will get some listeners if I come on, that kind of shit.
I thought
now that I know that you're going over there, I think they were blowing me the fuck off.
I'm going to ask them that. I'm going to say, yo, Andrew Schultz told me that y'all blew him off.
Exactly. When all I'm trying to do is spread podcast love. Okay. I'm trying to help women out. I'm trying to empower women. and they didn't want it. You see that kind of shit?
They didn't want
Fuck these bitches.
Whoa, wow. That was
Nah,
Andrew
I'm
Schultz.
fucking with you.
That was Andrew Schultz, ladies and gentlemen, not Charlamagne.
But no, but have fun. Have fun on the podcast. They're both cool.
I'm out. And listen, I'm gonna be in Austin, Texas this weekend too. Saturday, I'm gonna be where am I, Paige? I'm speaking at the Black Excellence event in Austin, Texas for Sonia Richard Ross. What's her husband's name? Yeah, Claudia Jordan is hosting with me, and David Banner is a keynote speaker. I know I got to wear a suit as well, so I'll be there this Saturday in Austin, Texas. So, yeah, Austin. That's what I meant to say. Anything else, Schultz?
I'm good, man. That's it.
All right, as always, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. If you listen to this podcast, you think we're just a couple idiots who don't know shit, it's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening.